92.3 now.
Hey, it's Ann, hanging out with the duo Chromeo.
Yo.
I like to sing artist names, you know?
It's amazing.
And Dave 1P Thug, obviously, right?
Yes.
This is the heartthrob, is what I'm reading at least. You're the heartthrob of
He's
the
the
group?
heartthrob.
Oh, you're the heartthrob of the group? You are the heartthrob or
I
no?
guess, yeah.
Because I was
By
going to
default.
ask you.
I basically throb.
Well, you know, your label sent us a little bio about you guys, you know, like the need to knows about Chromeo. And in it says you're the heartthrob and you're pretty much the guy that's just got the swag and you're awesome. And I was going to ask you, like, you know, he's the heartthrob. How does that make you feel?
It's great. Whatever, man. I'm all for it.
How does being part of Chromeo help you with the ladies?
It doesn't.
It doesn't at all?
No, not with lyrics. Like, I get jealous. I mean, we've never gotten less calls.
Less calls from the ladies?
And then, like, you get the text from, like, I knew it. I knew that this song's about me, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus. How many girls think that song is about them?
I don't know. You know what? The more, the better, because that means the lyrics are universal. Okay. So even if it's not about them, I'm like, you got me.
You got me. It was all about you. I was completely obsessed. The album White Women is out, of course. Came out last week, right? It's a killer album. Tons of funk and like, I hate to use the word, but like soul, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just about feel good. It's like got great vibes, right? But why is the album called White Women?
It's a photography book by this guy called Helmut Newton, who did all this beautiful fashion photography in the 70s and 80s. And because we always have like that, you know, those images with the legs and stuff, it was like a shout out to him because he's a huge influence on us. And that's the name of his first book. So we kind of wanted people to do their homework, you know, but like low key kind of research what our influences are. And also show people that our influences can come from music, but also from like visual culture. It could be movies, it could be fashion, and all that.
Because you guys are, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, there's music, there's artists, okay, that really dive into the artistic aspect of what they do, and I feel like that's you guys.
Yeah, very much. We try at least, you know, but we don't want to.
Also get in, you know, we get inspired and we get references in visual stuff as much as music stuff.
And our thing is, we don't want to hit people over the head with it because it could feel very pretentious. So we'd rather, like, in all the Q&As we do with our fans, we'd rather kind of like just show them stuff so that they can understand where we come from, what we like. And then, you know, I think everybody feels cooler for it, you know?
Absolutely. And that self-discovery, which is so crazy because you guys have been together since 2004, but you guys were telling me earlier that you have known each other since you were 15,
kids,
right?
Yeah.
2004 to 2014, that means you've been hustling for a second for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking at some pictures from your show at Terminal 5, and it looked exactly like this one show I went to a few months ago and completely sold out, and people are just like swaying back and forth, and they're just about it. So you guys have this huge underground fans, right?
Yeah.
And now
core
you're,
fans,
like they're like just your die-hard Chromeo fans, you know, and then you got these people that are slowly discovering you because they're starting to, well, I mean, I wouldn't say thanks to us, but to the fact that maybe they're starting to develop this attitude where they feel like they can accept something as less superficial, like talent-wise. Does that make sense? Because like your sound has been absent from the top 40 scene for years.
Yeah.
And you guys are single-handedly bringing that in, right?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say single-handedly. I think, you know, a record like Bruno Mars' Treasure was kind of along the same lines as what we do, and we're huge fans of his as well. I think there's like a few records that slowly bring that sound back in, and it so happens that we've been pushing that. And we've been pushing that all along. But I mean, like in reference to what you said, for us, it was really important to grind for a lot of years and build a loyal fan base, a core fan base, because what happens on top can come and go, but we always wanted to have that core audience of fans with us forever. And what's cool is that then when you have crossover moments, nobody's like, oh my God, you sold out. They're like happy for us. Yeah. Because they feel like they're getting their recognition
personally
too.
invested, pretty much.
Yeah.
They've seen us grow, you know?
Exactly. So what was it like 10 years? You're grinding. And obviously in the back of your head, you're like, okay, if we just keep sticking to what we do and being loyal to what we want to produce and put out there, right? It's going to eventually pay off. And, you know, I'm going to have that #1 single and the #1 album on iTunes and all that stuff. What does it feel like now? Now that we're here, because you just posted on Instagram the other day that you guys heard your song on our station. You guys were like so stoked about it, right?
Stoked,
So how does it does it feel any different, or you know.
No, but now it's like, all right, we got one. We're gonna have to get other ones now.
Well, I mean, the whole album is killer. You know, I've been listening to it since it came out last week because I kind of jumped on board when I was that girl that jumped on board when Jealous came out. Obviously,
That's dope.
I was like, this is kind of nice. It's very like you pop your headphones in, go for a stroll on a Sunday, go to the grocery store, pick up your iced coffee. You know, it's that kind of album. What other things do you want people to pick up from this album? Like, if you could have them pick something up.
We want people to understand that what we do is a body of work. It's not just one song. The song fits into the whole opus, which is the record. And what we deliver is this kind of total package where you have the visual aspect. Like, you could dress up as us on Halloween. Easy. You know what I mean? We're characters.
I'm so P-Thug next year.
Yeah,
I'm so P-Thug next year.
You could be my date.
Oh, yay!
We're characters. The live show, the imagery, the videos, the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's like...
It's a world.
It's a world. We grew up listening to stuff like Wu-Tang. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Where
absolutely.
once you liked Wu-Tang, you didn't just like one. You had all the members and the different albums and the videos and
you were
slang.
personally invested in it. Absolutely.
And so that's what we try to bring
The
kids
logo,
into.
the kung fu.
Yeah.
Everything. We loved everything. So that's, for us, it's like, it's more than a song. It's a whole package that we deliver, a whole kind of artistic little bubble.
Yeah. Do you guys think that the ability for the average like fan out there, listener, like just the typical like say 18 to 34-year-old girl, right? Like I'm in that demo, right? Do you think that they were like kind of distracted and unable to really cling to like an album that tells a whole story? Like I feel like people are more prone to buy singles, you know?
Couple times a year though, you get like a Kendrick Lamar, you get a Dark Twisted Fantasy, you know, you get those records that people just sort of immerse themselves into, and obviously that's what we admire.
And you guys talked about this whole package, right? So what do you deliver in that package? Like, because like I love albums that tell a whole story.
Yeah,
that's
so do we.
from start
That's
to
our
finish.
thing.
Like if I don't want to like a song better, then I don't like a song because I just feel like there wasn't as much effort. Obviously, it comes down to personal taste, but it's like rare that you come across a group or an artist like you guys who put together an album that tells a whole story, and then literally you just want to listen to it, like whether you're doing dishes or you're doing a road trip. So what comes in the package?
It's fun, like the way we concept.
It's not a literal story across the album.
Yeah.
There's no narrative, but there's like an arc.
Musical narrative.
Yeah, so like we started with all the singles and the Papi stuff at the beginning. Then the album goes into really deep stuff that we've never done. So in a way, it's a good first album to start listening to Chromeo because the middle section of the album is way deeper. And like there's that song with Solange that everybody was tweeting about last week for different reasons, but still, right? And that's like something we've never done before. And then at the end, it's all like kind of return to form, classic Chromeo stuff. So you get like this really cool ride. And then when you come to the show, it's a completely different experience. You know, we even did Letterman Friday and brought our whole stage set up. And like the Letterman set looked like a disco for a minute, you know?
That's the thing. Like,
that's what,
are you guys disco? Like, I mean,
yeah, we're disco.
You guys are bringing disco back pretty much.
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
cool
yeah.
with you guys admitting that because people are like, oh, disco, you know, like, oh, we're not disco, but you're disco.
We're whatever. I mean, we don't, whatever, funk, disco, party music, soul, like you said, soul. I love the word soul music.
How was it working with Solange? Because, you know, she had a bad week last week, obviously, you know. How was that?
I mean, we've known her for a long time, you know, and the thing, you know, she's a really, really talented writer. You know, she used to write songs for her sister when she was 15. Like people don't know that. Like she's an amazing writer. So we,
Quick, too.
yeah, she could bang out a song in like half an hour.
You guys must hate seeing like friends like that in the industry get like trampled by people because of like whatever like part of their lives becomes public, because you guys are you guys are private people right now. You guys are known for your things, but you know, to be connected to such like A-lister people, you know, and then like literally like something like that happens, like, I mean, what kind of tweets were you guys getting about it? Like you said, tweets for different reasons.
No, for real though, the tweets were funny.
They were
like,
funny?
Yeah, and the thing too about, I mean, the thing too about artists, like, because we know a lot of those people, like, you know, I know, you know, we're friends with Drake, we're friends with Ye, we're friends with Solange, and these people have a sense of humor.
They just laugh about it.
The first time I met Drake, I gave him the Drake hands.
Oh, it's so funny. Did you rub up on his face a little bit?
They know.
P-Thug,
you know,
did you rub up on Drake? I just need to know if P-Thug rubbed on. Did you rub up on Drake?
No, P's not rubbing on anybody right now. But like the tweets were funny. They were like, you know, what did Solange say to Jay-Z in the elevator? Like Jay-Z was like, yo, I don't like that Chromeo song. You know, like, it was funny.
I love this song. It's very like, that's the song that when I use the term soulful, that's what I come from, because she has a very soulful vibe, incredible. You know, and I totally get that feeling. Like, and I love that. Like, whether I'm listening to a mix show or whether I'm listening to an album, like it takes you up in this high, like you said, the hits, and then it makes you think, and you're like, oh God, when's this gonna be over? Because it's hurting my brain, you know, in a good way. And then you get out.
You can't high energy the whole time.
What's the next single off the album? You guys even talking about that yet?
It might be that one.
Ooh.
Yeah, we might switch it up
Was
a
it
bit.
all set up with Solange in the elevator for this? One more. I have two more questions.
Conspiracy.
You're
Yeah.
related to A-Track.
Yeah.
And how does that like? Did you work with him like on like Duck Sauce and stuff like that? Like, did you
Yeah.
work? You did.
Yeah.
So, like, what is it like for him to see you like succeed now in the industry?
I mean,
Like
it's
this. I mean, you guys are successful. It's kind of a stupid term, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be on top 40 radio. You know?
He's happy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, A-Track has been involved with us. I mean, P taught A-Track how to drive. Like, this is how
that's
close
funny.
the three of us are. It's
You guys like
family.
grew up on like
Yeah.
pretty much the same block kind of thing. You know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
like hanging
same
out. Mm-hmm.
school, same everything. It's like, you know, and
I
A-Track,
lived in their basements for.
yeah, like
Oh, that's
A-Track is
great.
the one. A-Track is the one who told me before we worked on the last record. He was like, you know, you could be making poppier songs, and it wouldn't affect anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would actually be doper.
Well, because you guys have a fun vibe, a good vibe. You guys
and
like
he's the one who put that seed in there.
really,
And, yeah.
So before him, he really was like, you guys were like, maybe we aren't gonna do poppy songs. Is that what it kind of
The thing
was?
is,
It wasn't
you
like
know,
an
I don't know
agenda.
what a poppy song is, but he's like, you should take this and just polish it up and keep everything and make it even bigger, you know? And he put that in my head, and like we're like, you know what? It's actually going to be really challenging and fun to do that.
Yeah.
You know? And so he's super involved, and he's thrilled, you know? He's happy. I mean, I spoke to him. He just got back from Asia, and I work on his stuff. You know, we're really involved in the Duck Sauce record too, behind
It's
the scenes.
very intertwined.
Yeah, super intertwined.
And which are you Moroccan? You're Moroccan.
Half Moroccan.
Yeah, I just want you to know in close that I'm about that. I'm sorry, P-Thug. My ex-boyfriend was Moroccan,
Yeah?
so like seriously, I've just been sitting here
The
like
food,
staring
right?
at you.
The Moroccan
I don't
food.
care about the food.
Oh,
I
really?
care about the Moroccan. Anyways,
man.
Chromeo album out right now. White
It's
girl,
hot,
white
right?
women,
Did you
not
guys
white
get the
girl, white women.
temperature
I just got a
increase?
little warm in
Whoosh.
here because it's heating up. Make sure to check out all
Caliente.
the pictures. It always ends like this, doesn't it? In my interviews.
It always ends real caliente.
Chromeo, make sure to follow them on Twitter at Chromeo and pick up their album White Women on sale now. And it's mad cheap.